Hello and welcome to Get to the Point News. My name is Philip Scream. This is a special report. Today we will be addressing Keemstar's lies in his stream about Tommy on Thursday night, as well as some of the lies from Keem's Twitter. I have hard evidence to prove that 8 of his claims about Tommy are false. Let's get started with the lies on his stream.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a person that lies.
TommyC saw this as an opportunity. He went onto his channel of 40,000 subs, of which again I gave to him, that he got from me, and he started saying, I am without a job. I no longer have a job. I don't know what I'm gonna do. He starts almost crying. He puts on this show like, you know, he's gonna be unemployed and blah, blah, blah. And he doesn't know he's gonna take care of his family.
Here's what actually happened on Shot from the Point after Baited broke up in December of 2016.
Because, by the way, I only used to get 20 an episode. So I am so grateful, right? Keem was, let's be honest, he was generous. That was true.
Oh, yeah.
It was 100% generous.
For sure.
Microphones, and he actually wrote some stuff to my boss, to the German government that I needed to get this house.
This went about as good as any of us could have fucking hoped.
It went a hell of a lot longer than I thought it would.
Jesus,
really?
Longer, better. You came out the other end way better. We got 1,100 people in here right now. Look what we've done. Look what's happened. Look what you've done. You've helped out all of us by getting into the ring with people that some people would say that you had no business getting in the ring with.
Yeah, I wondered myself if I belonged in the ring with these guys.
As you can see, Keem falsely claimed that Tommy was complaining about losing his job and not knowing what to do in life. Tommy and his co-hosts were actually content with their current status on YouTube and even expressed gratitude to Keem for giving them the opportunity. Tommy did get emotional at times, but it had nothing to do with losing his job. He felt he had let the Baited fans down. The link to this live stream is in the description box below. Feel free to see for yourself.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a person that lies.
And I'm sitting there in a Skype call with Clown, and we're trying to work through this, and me and him are mad at what's going on, and we see this other motherfucker taking advantage of it, trying to make money. So I got pissed off. I jump into TommyC's fucking chat, and I said, TommyC is not poor. TommyC does not need money. Stop begging for money, TommyC. Because I knew that month we made $12,000 and 20% of it was going to TommyC.
Tommy never claimed to be poor, and I already proved that Tommy was not guilt-tripping his fans in that stream. Regarding the $12,000, 20% of that would mean $2,400 for Tommy. Here are the screenshots from all the Baited deposits from Keem and Clown to Tommy. And as you can see, Tommy did make $2,400 in December of 2016. I apologize for the blurriness. I sharpened these images as best I could. If $2,400 was his monthly earnings, that would be a stable income. But Keemstar didn't say how much money Baited made in the other months. All he said was that Baited made $12,000 per month sometimes.
Baited was making 12 grand a month sometimes.
Now, sometimes could mean 5 of the months, it could mean 1 of the months, nobody knows. What we do know is that Tommy only made $6,100 during his 7 months at Baited. Let's take a look at the rest of the deposits. Keem was generous enough to help Tommy with $550 for a microphone and $800 in cash. Clown was also generous and gave Tommy $200. Tommy also received $2,100 from his dad, which is actually Baited money. They wanted to use his bank account in North America to avoid international transferring fees. Add these numbers together and you get $6,100 for 7 months of work. Do the math. This is less than $11,000 per year, which is not a living wage. Now, in fairness to Keem, as Baited got bigger, Tommy gained subscribers and received more donations to his live stream. With the donations, you could argue Tommy was making a living wage. But remember when Keemstar went into Tommy's stream and told all of his fans not to donate?
TommyC does not need money. Because I knew that month we made $12,000 and 20% of it was going to TommyC.
Keem seems to think that making $2,400 in the final month of Baited is enough to stop taking donations, despite the fact that Tommy made less than $4,000 in the previous 6 months on the podcast.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a person that lies.
I pulled up my phone, I sent him a Twitter video, and I said, Aiden, I'm going to shout you out on Drama Alert because you deserve it. Well, TommyC saw that video, and he started the attacks on little old Aiden.
The only parts of Tommy's streams or his tweets that could be misconstrued as an attack on Aiden is when he suggested something could be up with a $300 donation he received from Aiden back in August. He was worried that it could be stolen because it came from an account called Aiden Last Name, so he refunded it.
It's not my responsibility, and I'm not really interested if this was earned or if this was taken from somebody's parents. I'm not a police officer, and if you guys know who this is, I would recommend you leave him alone. We do crazy things when we're kids.
A couple of weeks ago, Aiden released an exposed video on Tommy that's been uploaded 3 different times since. This video accused Tommy of purposely withholding $100. Keemstar also pushed this narrative. While it is true that Tommy kept $100 of Aiden's $300 donation, Tommy claims it was a misclick. He refunded the last $100 in December, which Aiden thanked him for here. Despite the misclick, Tommy said that he actually didn't keep any of the money to begin with because he gave $100 to each of his other 2 co-hosts, Jamie Pine and Captain Kirsch. But Tommy did not ask for the money back from Jamie Pine, only Captain Kirsch. The DMs from Tommy to Kirsch support this narrative.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give Jamie a donation of what I gave him, you know, because he needs money. But yeah, I wish he sent the money back because I sent the money back to him, so I don't have $300 anymore. So if you could just refund that on or send it back on PayPal, it'd be great. But what I sent Jamie is just gonna come from me personally.
Outside of Tommy defending himself about these claims regarding the $100, Tommy has been very supportive of Aiden throughout this whole process.
I got no problems with you, kid. And you should be paid. You know, I'm glad Keem did give you the money for that, but I'm pretty sure you're going to get it on the 1st.
If you're a fan of me, you will not attack Aiden Projects. I find it repulsive, and I think he's a victim in this situation.
Here's another tweet from Tommy telling people to leave Aiden alone, and he also retweeted Dave saying that people are going too hard on him. It's clear that Keemstar is lying about Tommy attacking Aiden.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a person that lies.
The wild lies that he would spin about how Beta ended and, you know, me doing cocaine and all this other stuff.
First of all, nobody gives a shit if Keemstar used coke years ago. The problem here is that Keemstar is lying, attempting to push the tinfoil Tommy narrative in order to damage Tommy's credibility. Tommy's claims about Keem's coke use is not a conspiracy theory. Here are a couple screenshots of the chat during one of Tommy's streams when Tommy claimed that Keem said he used coke. Keem confirmed he used coke years ago.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a person that lies.
Since Tommy realized that he couldn't do anything to me, he's been targeting the other people around me, the people that I'm friends with, or the YouTubers that I associate with. One of those YouTubers is Kavos.
Keem and Kavos have been associated with each other at least since June, when Kavos hosted a drama alert. Tommy and Kavos remained on good terms despite this. In fact, Tommy dedicated an entire show to how good one of Kavos' videos was. This was 4 months after Kavos became associated with Keem. Tommy said he has recently become upset with Kavos because Kavos told him one thing and did another regarding the FaZe Bank situation. Let's move on to Keemstar's Twitter account.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a person that lies.
So I gave you a job, all right? You worked on Baited. I gave you a career so you could take care of your family. Did you appreciate that? Hell no. Fucking bought you a $500 mic too. In fact, the apartment that you live in right now, you wouldn't be living there if it wasn't for me, because I had to write a letter to your goddamn landlord to get you in there. You're an ungrateful piece of shit.
So I am so grateful.
I've already shown you Tommy expressing his gratitude to Keem for starting his career.
Because, by the way, I only used to get 20 an episode.
Gratitude for the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
It was 100% generous.
For sure.
Microphones.
And gratitude for writing a letter to his landlord.
He actually wrote some stuff to my boss, to the German government that I needed to get this house.
But there was also a moment when the 3 hosts of the Baited podcast were on Tommy NC 2010's channel. Keemstar was actually getting destroyed by Tommy NC for accusing him of not having autism. I highly recommend watching the end of this podcast. It's in the description box below. Then later, Tommy NC was accusing Keem of ruining his reputation, so this is when Tommy actually stepped up and defended Keem.
I feel like a bad person.
Well, you got to remember, Keem's not all bad. I mean, look at the opportunity he's given me, Tommy. I mean, we just moved into a new place. It's really nice, you know.
I told you, I forgave him.
Keemstar is undoubtedly lying about Tommy being ungrateful.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a person that lies.
Here's the tweet where Keem claimed this happened. Here's the DM Tommy sent to Turkey Tom about making a video on Keemstar.
Hey, look, just make sure you kind of talked me out of this when I wanted those DMs because there's no end game, you know. And you know, don't go thinking you're really going to bury him. He's just going to come back 3 times fold. Just make sure it's the right thing to do if you really want to do it. No one is going to think any less of you.
Tommy is not telling Turkey Tom to make a video on Keem. In fact, he is giving him reasons not to do it.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a person that lies.
Tommy, when I first met you, you were unemployed, okay? You had no money to take care of your family. I gave you $500 so you could pay your child support.
Tommy said he never mentioned child support to Keemstar. In fact, Tommy didn't even owe child support at that time because the law in Germany does not require you to pay it if you are not earning an income. So it wouldn't make sense for Tommy to bring this up to Keem. The documents confirming this law are in the description box. Feel free to take a look if you can read German. Keemstar also didn't mention child support in his stream about Tommy on Thursday night, adding suspicion that he could have forgotten his lie. The link to Keem's stream is also in the description box. See for yourself. In addition to Keemstar's 8 lies, he also made up 3 conspiracy theories about Tommy without proof or evidence. The first claim has already been debunked. The second claim is impossible because we have sources telling us it cost $2,000 to $3,000 just to bought 40,000 subs, not something Tommy could afford. The third claim is referring to a fake account that messaged Aiden, claiming he was an investigator with the New York Department of Child Services. Aiden didn't blame Tommy for this, but Keem did. Of course, without evidence. Other shady shit that Keem has done includes intimidation tactics against Turkey Tom, who only had 4,000 subs at the time.
I have created the world in which you live in, sir.
Christmas time, boys and girls. Time to put on my...
That's garbage, bro. What is wrong with your voice?
But what I find even more repulsive is this tweet right here. Despite Aiden lacking so much life experience, he is still smart enough and self-aware enough to take responsibility and apologize for his actions. Aiden said something bad about Dave that he was trying to retract. Now take a look at Keem's response. Keemstar is attempting to bring Aiden down to his childish level of thinking and behavior. Aiden is making a mature adult decision, and Keem is using his influence to make Aiden think that it's okay to call Dave mentally disabled. Remember, Dave is the same guy that tweeted this. As far as whether or not Keem is using Aiden, we don't have any proof, but we do have a lot of evidence, including the fact that Keemstar admitted to using 15-year-old Turkey Tom, including the fact that he admitted to telling Aiden to make a video about Tommy.
But Kavos, he didn't want to make a video on you. He said that you were too small. When Aiden joined the group, Aiden was kind of curious about what he should make a video on. And I suggested, once again, I said you should make a video on Tommy.
But honestly, none of us know for sure what goes on between Aiden and Keem privately. Perhaps Keem was only trolling and never told Aiden to do anything. But that's not the point. The point is Keem is not a good influence on Aiden. And frankly, 12-year-olds shouldn't be this deeply involved in the commentary community. It's a lot harder losing subscribers. Even as an adult, it sucks to lose subscribers. It's a lot harder to stand up to waves of hate. Once again, as an adult, that's a really hard thing to go through. And when you're 12 years old, you can sometimes get away with making misleading criticisms because it puts the opposition in a tough spot. If the opposition chooses to respond, like Tommy did regarding the $100, you might wind up with a 3 million sub YouTuber claiming you're responsible for a fake CPS account threatening a child. But despite all the bullshit, I think Aiden is very talented and has potential to be a great YouTuber. I just don't think he should be doing commentary. In a few years, he's probably going to look back at this time period and wish he had done things differently. But honestly, Aiden, I wish you nothing but the best. But Keemstar, go fuck yourself.
And he didn't die in the army, you fat kangaroo fucker!